No, 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 Nanami. No. No. Hi everyone, I am going to react to Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2, Episode 15, Fluctuations Part 2. Last episode ended with Megumi and the others like about to get into the hole, but then Toji so I was so super excited about that. Like I'm so excited, so let's just get into it. And before we get into this particular episode, if you guys have my reaction, please give it a thumbs up, please subscribe, and please consider supporting on Patreon at patreon.com/realimini. And I'll start this episode. And here we go. What was with this episode? Oh my goodness. Like, I was warned that this arc was like freaking amazing, but like, oh my gosh. Whew. Okay. Last episode ended with Toji coming in, right? So I'm like, please let this episode continue with that, because the previous episode, the one before that, Yuuji was down there, and those girls approached him, but then we went away from it, so we didn't know exactly what happened with him. And then I was worried that this episode they weren't gonna continue with Toji, but they did, thankfully. He just got in there, took Maki's weapons away, which is called Playful Cloud. That's what they call it in the show, but I feel like it's a weapon that actually is like, it's like a real life weapon. Do they call it like that in real life as well? Or is this is it just like I don't know, is that a real name for a real weapon in the real world? Or no? Let me do a quick search. Playful Cloud. Okay. It's a 3-section staff connected by 3 rings between the joints of the weapon. Well, that's the Jujutsu Kaisen wiki. Okay, so it does exist in real. They're just calling that through. I don't know if it's. I'm just looking at a video on YouTube after tapped it in. Like, does it exist in real life? There was this video by Champ Archer, and he's training with it, and he's like, Jujutsu Kaisen brought him back to training with the 3-section staff. That's what he said, so I'm assuming that's what it's called in real life, but they're calling it Playful Cloud in the show. So he took Playful Cloud from Maki and just went to town on this cursed spirit. Now, as he was walking in and everything, you hear the narrator say that the seance that the grandma did should have ended, but it didn't, and now it was running rampant, and that now Toji is just going on pure instincts. And then they say until his vessel broke or something, but I'm like, what vessel is... Are they talking about the grandson whose body he has taken over? And if that's the case, the vessel hasn't broken yet, has it? So I'm not quite sure what exactly the narrator meant by that. Or maybe she's just saying that he's going to be going by pure instincts until the vessel that Toji has taken over is like completely done or is dead or something. I'm assuming that's what she meant by it, but yeah, that was confusing to me a little bit. So he just like took Playful Cloud, went to town on the curse what was it called again? I'm forgetting his name. Dagon. And killed Dagon. And then the narrator also said that he was going after the person with the highest cursed energy, like the strongest person there. So when they said he was going by pure instincts, and then he was going after the strongest there. So in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, what happens after he defeats Dagon? Is he gonna go after whoever's the next strongest among them there? So I was worried about that. And then he defeated Dagon, and then the domain expansion like disappeared, and then they were like back where they were previously. And then everybody's just there worried because Nanami is like, okay, thanks to Megumi, we had a chance to defeat Dagon, right? But then Toji is the one that defeated him. So now they have a real problem. Is Toji gonna be an ally or an enemy? And then Toji was just like, there was this slow motion walk, toward them. And then the camera was focused on his eyes. And then the next frame, you see Megumi outside. I'm like, what the heck just happened? And then you see Toji like right in front of him. And I'm like, what happened? And then they go back inside. And then they showed Jogo. So I'm not sure, but I think what had happened was that, or maybe not, I don't know. But my first thought is that maybe Toji sensed Jogo coming and he pushed Megumi out in order to save him. That's where my first thought went. But then I'm like, okay, if this guy is going on pure instincts, and it just seemed like when he was fighting Dagon that he wasn't really there. Like when you look at his eyes, it's all like glazed over, grayish, like he's not there or something, like it's just pure instincts. So I'm like, if he did that, is he, I don't know. Okay, I'm just gonna assume that he did that to save Megumi. And then Megumi is like, this guy is probably worse than Sukuna. And I'm like, I don't know about that. I mean, yes, Toji is strong, but is he worse than Sukuna? Well, maybe Sukuna with 1 or 2 fingers. But the current Sukuna, I don't know about that. So they were out there. And so I'm hoping, can you have a proper conversations? He should have proper conversations, right? Because he talked to the grandma before he killed her. So if he can converse like himself and everything, then I'm really looking forward to that interaction. Because I've been saying this, like I want to see the interaction between these two. The fight between him and Dagon and everybody else there, it wasn't really like one-on-one, father and son, but this one is gonna be. So I'm like super excited to see that. Now we go back inside with Nanami, Naobito, and Maki. Jogo's there, sees Dagon died, and we see Nanami say, "Oh my God, this guy is even stronger than Dagon." And I'm like, y'all had such a hard time trying to defeat Dagon. You didn't defeat him, okay? And then Jogo appears, and the way he just like Nanami, I'm like, he did not just burn Nanami. I refuse to believe that Nanami is dead. Maki, I saw her on the floor, but she didn't look as charred. Like she didn't look like she was like she was burnt, yes. But I don't know. I don't want to believe that they killed Nanami off. I don't believe Maki is dead. Like, I really don't believe Maki is dead. I don't think Naobito is dead either. Just because when Jogo had his hands on him, it seems like he was about to deal the final blow until he felt the Sukuna fingers, and then he left. So Maki and Naobito, I don't think they're dead. But Nanami, I'm worried because I feel like when he used his fire on him, it was just such an intense degree. So I'm really worried about him. So he was about to finish Naobito, and then he felt the fingers, and that's when we go back to Yuuji, and I'm like, oh, okay. So this is what these people were trying to do. They were trying to wake up Sukuna. Well, wake up Sukuna and get him to kill fake Geto. That's what they were trying to do. But they went about it the wrong way, and that's what killed them. Like, I'm like, oh my goodness. Okay, so they were there feeding them the finger and calling it out to Sukuna-sama to come out. Jogo comes in. He's like, what are you guys doing? How many fingers did you feed him? They're like, we're not gonna tell you. And then he was just like, was about to burn them. And then one of the girls took out the cell phone or whatnot and did something. So I knew whatever it is that she did, that they were gonna be okay. Jogo didn't even think about them after he did that. And then they showed this flashback that Jogo had with fake Geto, that he was telling him about how if you were to feed Yuuji the fingers once a day, Yuuji will have time to assimilate the fingers and not give control over to Sukuna. But if you fed them like 10 of the fingers to him like at the same time at once, then Sukuna, he's not going to be able to deal, and then Sukuna's going to take control. And that's exactly what happened. Sukuna took control. Oh my gosh. And when you see all of them, like the fear in all of them, and the girls are like, okay, breathe. Should we breathe? He's not going to kill us for breathing, right? I'm like, it's like, Jogo compared Sukuna's presence to Gojo's presence, but Sukuna's presence is more ominous, it's more evil. You in the presence of such evil, it's like, what are you supposed to do? And then they were like, he basically tell them like, why are you not bowing down to me? And they, well, first of all, when he woke up, Jogo had his one of his hand on like Yuji's neck, and then Sukuna took control, and they just, the hand is gone. And then they stepped back or whatnot, and he told them basically to bow, and Jogo genuflected, which Sukuna cut off. Oh my god. If it was not for the girls like going all the way down, they would have been dead right then and there. Gojo only put like one knee down or whatever, and he lost part of the top of his head, volcano head, and whatnot. Oh my goodness, Sukuna. So they were down there, and then Sukuna is like, okay, you girls, you wanted to talk to me, right? I'm gonna give you a chance to tell me what it is that you guys wanted from me. And they're like, there's a guy downstairs in a monk's robe, I want you to kill him. I'm like, inside myself, they say they wanted him to kill fake Geto, right? And that they wanted him to free Geto-sama. And I'm like, Sukuna is not a good guy, okay? He doesn't care about freeing anybody. If what's the term? Like, instead of freeing somebody, he would wanna like use that person as a slave or kill that person. He doesn't care about freeing anybody, you know? So on one hand, I'm like, killing Geto will be nothing to him. He will kill Geto, you know. But then on the other side, I'm like, freeing him, I'm like, he doesn't care about that. So I'm like, what is he gonna do? But then this girl, had to go and say, we know the location of one finger, and if you do this for us, then we can tell it. I'm like, I knew that was the wrong thing to say to Sukuna. That was the wrong thing to say to him. I didn't think about it did I think about it like that? I thought about it in the sense that he can sense his own fingers and know where they are, right? So he doesn't really need you for that. That's where my mind went. But he's taking it as, who do you think you are to basically order me to do something for you? That's basically you telling me, okay, do this for me and then I'll give you this. You are nobody to tell me that. And so he just like beheaded that girl. And then the second one was just there, like screaming, calling out to the one that just died. And I'm thinking, okay, your screams are probably gonna get on his nerves and he's gonna kill you too. But then she turned around and was like about to attack Sukuna. I'm like, oh, okay, you're dead. And the reason why I knew they were gonna die also was because of that flashback when they showed them with Geto, and one of them was combing his hair and he was talking about how Gojo was his best friend, and then they had a falling out and they haven't been speaking and all of that. So when they started showing that flashback, I'm like, I feel like these girls are gonna die. And that's exactly what happened. They died. And then Sukuna turned around and asked Jogo what he wanted, and he's like, I don't really want anything from you. What he wants is for him to be able to have complete control over Yuuji, and he's telling him to make a pact with Yuuji in order to have complete control, right? And he's saying that because Yuji's people are all around, so I'm guessing he's thinking that if he threatens the lives of those people, Yuji is gonna be like, okay, I'm gonna give you full control or something or other like that. But then he already made a pact with Yuji before, you know. What was the past pact? I'm trying to remember exactly what that pact was. I think he said he should give him, like, if he asks for control, he should give him that control, but it's only gonna be for like not long. But then during that time, he won't kill anybody or something along those lines. I don't quite remember. I need to go back and look at that. But he already made a pact with him, and the pact is binding. You cannot break that pact, right? So I'm like, when this guy's telling him to make a pact with him, I'm like, can you make two pacts? That won't work, right? But then Sukuna is like, nah, I don't need to. I already have my plans. What are those plans? We don't know. We know that he's interested in Megumi. Why? I have no clue. But what else does he want to do? And now Yuuji has, they said, at least 15 fingers, right? How many total? How many fingers total are there? Oh. How many Sukuna fingers are there? Yeah. Why are you telling me how many fingers does Sukuna has? A total of 5 cursed fingers. Oh, not 5, 20 cursed fingers. And dang. So he's almost complete. What the fuck? He's almost complete. 15 fingers already, so there's like 5 left. Oh my goodness. And now that Sukuna is back after consuming like 10 fingers, well, more than 10, because the girls fed him I don't know how many before that. And then he also, how many fingers did Yuuji eat before this happened? I feel like he had 2, right? The first one was in the first episode. And I think Gojo gave him another one to eat. I don't remember any after that. So if it was 2 before, and this guy just fed him 10, then those girls fed him 3? I don't know. Either way, he has 15 figures inside of him now. And 5 more. So it's like, yeah. Now that how is Yuji gonna come back? Is it gonna be like, since he didn't eat those fingers once a day, once a day vitamin. So since he didn't eat the fingers once a day and he ate, let's say, 11 or 12 at the same time, is it gonna take him like 12 days or something for his body to assimilate the fingers before Yuji can even have the conscious thought or whatever of taking control back of his body? And if that's the case, how much damage is Sukuna gonna make during that time? Oh my gosh, what the heck? And when those girls were wanting Sukuna to kill fake Geto, some told me he wasn't gonna do that, because like I said before, I don't see Geto, this fake Geto, being someone that's gonna be defeated early in this anime. I feel like he's gonna be like, sort of like a long-standing character. So I didn't see him being defeated, which meant that I didn't see Sukuna granting their wish. But yeah, their deaths were like, I could see it coming, so it's like I wasn't surprised. I'm like, girls, y'all shouldn't have bargained with him. And they wanted payback for what fake Geto did to real Geto, but now that ain't happening. That's not happening. Oh my goodness, I'm so... This episode, man. Thank you guys for watching, and if you like this reaction, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and please, if you want to see my reaction to the next episode, you can do so by checking out my Patreon at patreon.com/feelingme, and you can also see the full info of this reaction there as well. So thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye. You are my special. You in this head.